Hi, welcome to Edward Box Guitar Tuition. So today's classic album inspection is Y&T's Mean Streak. So this was released on October 27th, 1983. It's 40 years old today. So this is Y&T's kind of third album proper. Obviously they did two as Yesterday and Today, and then kind of rebooted themselves as Y&T. So this is the culmination of a hot streak. There's Earthshaker, Black Tiger, and then this album. And this is my personal favourite of those three. Some people would pick Black Tiger, some people would pick Earthshaker. I think Earthshaker and Black Tiger have probably got tracks people know more by them, but I think this is the most consistent album. I also think it's the best produced. So for this album, they teamed up with Chris Sangarides, and it's infinitely the best sounding record he ever made, apart from Painkiller by Judas Priest. A really good sounding record. It's got loads of punch, tight drums but quite big, nice bottom end, really crunchy guitars. It's a hard rock album, but there's lots of heavy metal about this. And Y&T, one of those bands, went out with bands that are on the kind of lighter end of the metal scene and the heavier end, Dio, stuff like that, and they would have sat happily in either of those situations. I think really good band, really tight players, and this captures them at the best. Made number 103 in the US charts, so not high placing, but the following album, In Rock We Trust, that made top 50, I think, and sold 450,000 copies, but from what I gather, I haven't listened to that album, I must confess, it's not as good as produced by Tom Allen, that. So Y&T kind of maybe peaking at the wrong time, really. But if I show the cover, it's got the kind of the cool Y&T brand and the snake there. It's a Rock Candy remaster, so it's got a bonus track on it called I'm Not Sorry. But 9 tracks on the album, like Black Tiger. So it opens with the title track, 4 minutes 6. This is really good. You can hear the kind of tightness on the guitars on the opening riff, and there's a lot of bite on Dave Meniketti's sound, some nice sort of pinch harmonic overtones. And it's kind of in the style of Open Fire, a track like that. Just an up-tempo rocker, kick-ass live track. Then you've got Straight Through the Heart, again a bit like the Dio track. It's got a kind of a cool mid-tempo riff, but kind of more bluesy. This. Really good, 4 minutes 14. Again, a really good Meniketti vocal. Band's really tight. I think it's on this track Leonard Hayes shows off some top single bass drum technique that sounds almost like double kick drums, and he's renowned for that. Like I say, Y&T, one of those bands that play it straight and they play it tight. There's nothing fancy here apart from some of the technical aspects of Dave Meniketti's soloing, but it's played tight and really precise. This album was actually recorded over in Fantasy Studios in Berkeley, which is quite well known. And he said 12 weeks was the pre-production, mix and master, the whole thing. So it sounds like they had about 6 weeks recording, then I'm guessing it was mixing, and then prior to that was maybe rehearsal and pre-production with Chris Sangarides. Apparently got on with him really well, and they worked from kind of 11 a.m. in the morning to about 12 a.m, 1 a.m. at night, or they were going longer if they're feeling inspired. I think it shows in the production, because the songs, they're not this isn't overproduced at all. It's drums, bass, 2 guitars, vocals, some backing vocals and solos, some harmony guitars. There's not much more than that. It's just everything's well recorded, well played. Track 3 is Lonely Side of Town. This has got a really nice harmony guitar lines, 448. Kind of more single fare, this, I guess, but really good. Again, just a nicely written track, works really well. And then Midnight in Tokyo, 541. So this is kind of longer track for the band. This is kind of the album's more epic one, I guess. A popular live track. I think it's about the band going out and playing live in Tokyo, something like that. It's good. It's got a nice sort of ballady type verse, which is pretty effective, and then kind of kicks ass with that kind of forever type of rhythm guitar pattern on the choruses, and it's also got a breakdown to the harmony guitar line, which reminds me a little bit of the sort of intro to Forever. And that finished the original side 1. I've never actually had it on vinyl. I must confess, I only got this on CD, heard it in the last kind of 10 years or so, maybe 8 years, and I've got the Rock Candy remaster, but it's an album I've enjoyed. Track 5 is side 2. This is Breaking Away. This is probably one of the weaker tracks. It doesn't really stand out. It's obviously like trying to go for a kind of single again. It's 4 minutes 42, but I'm not as into this one. But then you got Hang 'Em High. It's another favourite live track for Y&T fans. This has got, again, you can hear like the quality of the guitar sound on this. It starts off with a riff of an E pedal tone and fifths over the top, and it's really tight and punchy. There's a lot of songs called Hang 'Em High by metal bands, rock bands, and this is a good one as well. Then actually track 7 might be one of my favourite tracks. It's Take You to the Limit. So it's got a pumping bass line. It's kind of a bit more of a cock rock type of riff, kind of got Van Halen type inversions, but it works really good. The guitar's good. I really like Meneketi's vocals on this. It's got a more commercial edge, but it's not sacrificing any of its kind of power or hard rockness. It's 4:57 again. So getting still longer tracks on this. Then you got Sentimental Fool, which this is a weak track, 3 minutes 11. And then the album finishes with Down and Dirty, just under 4 minutes. This one. Cheesy lyric, but again a well produced track and pretty catchy. It's probably fair to say the album tails off a little bit. The side one's stronger, but I give it kind of 7.5 out of 10. Like I said, I think this is the strongest album in terms of consistency. There may be better tracks on the 2 albums before, and there's probably good tracks after, but this is the most consistent. But I think I said when I reviewed Black Tiger, I think the thing for Y&T is they had good songs, some really good songs. They just didn't have enough of those good songs on one album at the right time. And they had like a minor hit with Summertime Girls, but it wasn't the right album and they didn't have the right logo, and their best-selling album isn't as good as the ones before, and so on. It's just one of those things. It wasn't meant to be, even though they had lots of really strong attributes. But yeah, Mean Streak, just a straight ahead, good hard rock American metal album. Well produced, well played, like I said. It's 40 years old today. If you've not heard it before, check it out. Cheers, thanks very much.